welcome back to MonoRants the Boys. It's been a while, but as promised, we're back to rant all things Diabolical. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades, Mono, and dropping in on our way to kill our parents is my co-host and master of none, Kira.
Kill them all!
All? Surely there's two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only been about, 7-8 weeks since we last jumped into the boys' universe with the 7-on-7 podcast, but yeah, it feels good to be back talking to the boys.
Feels a lot longer for some reason.
No, it's literally,
I think it's just January, February.
Yeah.
February always feels like 5 years.
Yeah, January and February are always long, and, COVID as well, it makes everything just drag on, so yeah, it feels like a lot longer, but we are back to talk Diabolical, and
Well, actually, considering this, when was this announced?
Diabolical was announced, I want to say, in and around New Year's.
Yeah.
Maybe the last few days of December.
So, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that long of a wait.
No, because the announcement of, the Diabolical trailer was only like a couple of days after we uploaded Uploaded?
And we uploaded it, did we?
It was only a couple of days after we uploaded the 7-on-7. Because remember there was that whole thing about us constantly talking about stuff and then having that stuff announced and then we had to upload the episode.
Damn it!
Yeah. So thankfully not the case with this because Diabolical is out. It dropped all at once and they can't contradict anything that we say now.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully. But we're going to cover it in two parts. We're going to do episodes 1 to 4 of Diabolical today and then episodes 5 to 8 of Diabolical next week.
Yes.
But overall impressions of it?
It was a bit mixed.
It was a bit of a mixed bag.
Obviously, Animatrix and the likes of the Green Lantern, Green Knights.
Animated anthology series.
Yeah, it was very much in that spirit. So I found some of them, it's the same across the board.
Gotham Knights was like that as well.
Yeah, you're never going to please all the people all the time.
No, especially when you're doing such drastically different styles of animation and styles of story. But overall...
And different writing styles as well. The writing style in particular is kind of what threw me. The ones that I didn't like out of this, it was... One of them, it was the animation style. It's just an animation style that I don't like. But the other one that I didn't really like was the way it was written. I liked the story and I liked the idea. I just thought that it was badly executed. Yeah,
but before we jump into specifics, overall, I really enjoyed it. There was a few that I definitely didn't like.
Yeah.
And the ones that I did like, I really, really liked.
Yeah, there's ones I'd go back and watch again. I just thought they were really, really well done. They were really fun. The other ones, I could just skip them.
Yeah.
But you're going to get that in anything.
Yeah, and the nature of it is as well, is because they're all self-contained. You don't have to sit through the ones that you don't like to watch the ones that you do. So, shall we launch into the first one then?
Yes.
That being Laser Baby's Day Out from writers Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, executive producers and creators of the show. Well, the main show, The Boys, and this as well. And directed by Crystal Chesney and Derek Lee Thompson, who I just looked up, and they are both kind of Futurama, Simpsons and Disenchantment alumni. And that's the only background that I'm going to give you on any of the other writers or directors, because there's 4 episodes we're trying to cram in here, and they all have at least 2 writers or 2 directors and stuff like that. So I'll give you their names and you can look them up yourself. But I think you hit the nail on the head before we started recording.
An homage to Fred Quimby.
No, about Laser Baby's Day Out just being the best intro episode.
Yes.
To let you know, this is what you're in for, guys. Yeah. And it is a beautiful homage to old cartoons, particularly the Fred Quimby era of
Tom and Jerry
and Warner Bros. And Looney Tunes.
Those... Silly Symphonies, all the way.
Yeah, and it's an excellent homage. It really is. You can tell it was lovingly done.
The fat horse in it is such... No, but when I think back to especially if you look at the Silly Symphonies, the Catch the Rabbit bit where Bones is in the Valkyrie thing, but the horses are that really fat with the little legs.
Do you want to know the impression that the horse made on me?
What?
I have a list of characters for every episode, and the list of characters I have for this episode are Baby, Simon, Big Brain, and Fat Horse.
The Fat Horse was brilliant, but that's the way that they used to be drawn, and I love the Fred Quimby Tom and Jerry cartoons. I have them all on DVD.
Yeah.
And what's really awesome is that our RT National Concert Orchestra actually do shows here live where they show the old cartoons and they play the score along with it.
Could you imagine them doing that to this?
Yeah, I would love it. I take my money.
Yeah, if anybody from Amazon Prime is listening, give us Laser Baby's Day Out on a big screen with a live orchestra. Please, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because I've seen Aliens done with a live orchestra. We're going to see Blade Runner with a live orchestra, and it's amazing. And anything that has an orchestral like score behind it, there's no dialogue in this. It's all done through the music. I love that. The animation style is everything from my childhood.
It wasn't the funniest of them by any means. No. And not that it was unfunny, but I was saying when we were watching it that it's basically got one gag, which is here's the cartoons you remember, but with hyper violence. Yeah. And it's a good gag, but it's basically that one gag. But in the couple of watches that we've done of it, I'm like, that doesn't bother me that it's one gag, because it is a loving homage to those cartoons, and they have paid really close attention. I love the little bits of like crackle that you see on screen as if it was from an old celluloid film. Yeah,
you get the little like blur marks on occasion, the lines.
Yeah.
It's also very much a tribute to the movie Baby's Day Out. It follows the plot of that.
Yeah, the 93 or 94 family film Baby's Day Out. That's basically this, but minus the lasers, and add in some mob guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's mob guys involved.
He's a rich baby, I think. Well, his parents are rich and he gets kidnapped and then escapes, and but he goes to a zoo and he goes to a building
and that whole scene with the girder, that's in it as well. And then obviously for me, you've got in Animaniacs, the dog. There was like this poor she's like
a silent protagonist, whether human or animal, that has to take care of a baby that keeps escaping. It's a well done trope in old cartoons.
But I always remember it from Animaniacs, and then Animaniacs obviously being in the same animation style.
Yeah, there's homages and references aplenty in this, and we could do a whole episode just on that if we were to go into that.
No, loved it. It was a really fun intro to the anthology series.
There was a couple of nice tie-ins as well to the main show with
posters
and stuff. There was a Jitterbean coffee advertisement on top of one of the buildings.
Can I just point out the three-eyed baby was like adorable, and there's another little baby with like gills. Little fish baby.
All the super babies were really damn cute.
But I also have like serious ethical questions about that, because some of the implications in that were freaking dark.
Oh yeah, like this 6-month-old baby can't master its super laser powers.
After 20 days of trial, let's kill it. I was like, damn, that's dark.
But
it's so cute and sweet and innocent, and like the baby's having a great day out, and heads are popping left, right, and centre. And you just kind of forget that they're being hunted down, and then also how they laser their way down to the ground is just hilarious.
Oh, the like laser flight at the end is great, and the finger guns.
Yes.
That was great fun. And there was one little bit actually just before the fat horse appears when Laser Baby pops all the heads of the SWAT team. And a guy comes in as each of their heads pop, there's a balloon popping sound.
Yeah, but there's balloons behind it as well mixed in.
But no, a guy comes in on a skateboard and splits himself, but doesn't even realise and just keeps looking at his phone. And then Fat Horse appears.
Fat Horse, and then he just punts the officer off.
Yeah, just knocks the officer off it and steals the horse. And the horse notices the massacre before the officer does as well. But no, it was definitely, the first episode, definitely fun.
Brilliant intro.
Yeah, you're
It wouldn't have worked anywhere else in it.
No, it wouldn't have worked anywhere else in it.
Because it's so cutesy and light and fun and, hey kids, look at this. It just...
The juxtaposition then.
It's a bit jarring.
But that is very much the tone of the show in the form of a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yes.
So
they balanced it really well.
Yeah, that episode's balanced really well, and in as much as it wouldn't have worked anywhere else, placement-wise, anywhere else in the show, no other episode would have worked as a good opener.
No.
So that was the perfect place to put Laser Baby's Day Out, and I definitely enjoyed that one. That was a good start.
Yeah.
Oh, and the deep piranhas need love too.
That poor horse getting eaten by the piranhas.
I forgot the horse gets eaten by piranhas.
Yeah, and he rides it like the whole way out of the pill.
Yeah.
And it's falling apart.
Yeah, and again, that very typical cartoon gag, but just taken to its obvious yet gruesome conclusion.
I really wanted the horse to survive. I also like the bit where the baby went flinging past the lion's mouth while the lion's yawning, and it just like skims the tongue. And the lion kind of goes, what did I just miss?
The guy who gets his arms chopped off in the gorilla enclosure, and then his gun flames himself.
Yes.
And again, totally like a cartoon, but you would expect all there to be left after the flames go away is just the 2 eyes.
Yeah.
But no, you see like the whole skeleton and the 2 eyes.
Yeah, the pile of ash with the 2 eyes making the blink noises. The bink, bink.
But they just extend it out and make it that little bit more gruesome. No, it was really fun.
Yeah.
The first episode was really fun. But to follow it on then, we had an animated short where pissed off Soups killed their parents, which was probably equally gruesome, but they definitely went for a more like gag heavy script.
Yeah, this was from the guys, or at least one of the guys.
So yeah,
from
the
Rick and Morty.
The writers for this one were Justin. I'm not sure if it's Roiland or Roland. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but that's me. I never am sure how to pronounce these things. Yeah, so writer Justin Roiland and Ben Bayouth and director Parker Simmons. So yeah, you've got half of the Rick and Morty team and the guy who made Solar Opposites.
Yeah. Now, I enjoyed Solar Opposites. I'm not a fan of Rick and Morty.
No, we've tried.
Yeah,
we've tried.
And I just don't like it. I don't like their writing style. And that some of what I dislike in their writing style transferred over to this. I thought this was a brilliant story. We've talked about what happens to reject Soups or Soups who are just like your one who's the giant, one complete muscle, the big tongue, like she needs specialist care.
Yeah, we talked about it in the VOD 7 on 7 podcast, and we talked about it, I think, when we were talking about Gecko, but we talked about what happens to Soups with shit powers.
Yeah.
So it was lovely to see it addressed.
Yeah. I loved the narrator. I thought the narrator was brilliant. I loved the ghost girl. I really, really felt for her. That's shit. Like, she's hungry, but she can't eat. Like, that's fucking inhumane. But I felt like all the other ones were just idiot boys sitting around a table talking, like, just throwing out silly ideas. Yeah, because you've got the guy with the boobs on his face.
Well, in more or less in order of introduction, you've got Moslow, who's the opposite of a speedster.
Yeah.
So, yeah, shitty power.
Yeah.
Boombox, who was hilarious.
He was hilarious, but
the concept was hilarious. They didn't do much of him beyond use him for a montage.
Yeah, but I was also like, how?
Fang, meh.
She's just a really fucked up Mylena.
Kingdom was cool. The idea of somebody who could transform into an animal, but in body and mind. Yeah. That was a good gag.
That was, but they didn't, they didn't really do anything with it because later on it looks like he's in control of the animals.
Well, no, he turns into a snake and then just slithers off. They're like, constrict this guy, and he turns into a snake and just slithers away. Yeah, good gag. But I mean, they had so many characters that they were never going to be able to get much of them in.
That was actually a really, really fun idea. Yeah, like, I liked him. I liked that idea. Yeah. But it just wasn't executed properly.
There was Agua, the guy who's just a kiddie pool.
He turns into water and that's it.
Yeah, there was Big, who was just big and ugly.
Yeah, I was like...
There was the human tongue, which was, again...
She was the most useful one of the lot.
The way she killed her parents was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, but she was the one who, like, restrained
people, yeah.
Oh my god, her life must be so disgusting because she's essentially one giant taste bud.
Oh yeah, she tastes everything she touches.
Oh!
Yeah, no, that's... No, stop. You stop right now. I know how obsessed you get with the specifics of superhero powers, and I do not want you parsing out how disgusting her living is.
She'd be so moist.
Picante balls.
Picante balls is hilarious, but it's also the best example of idiot boys talking about stupid shit.
I thought the next one which is ranch dressing cum squirter.
Yeah.
Who's best?
But that had gone over into Joss Eklund's spunky backpack territory for
that's
me.
A brass eye reference there. I don't think many will get.
But that's where that one had gone for me.
The thing about ranch dressing cum squirter is... Sorry. just trying to say that sentence normally.
How did he find out?
No, the thing about ranch dressing cum squirter is...
No. How did he find out?
Somebody told him, or he tasted it himself. There you go.
Yeah. Also, why is he there? That doesn't impact your everyday life.
Yeah.
Unless you're somebody in a restaurant has a fucking salad dressing emergency. Like, who medically needs ranch dressing?
Unless the sheer volume that he squirts is just too much for a normal household, and that's why they had to put him away. But in any case, his best gag was actually in the teaser trailer, because he's working in Whataburger.
Ew.
Yeah, and there's a bit in the trailer where it focuses on him behind the counter.
And for no reason.
Not for no reason, but he's just squirting some ranch dressing on it, but he makes a kind of cum face. And I was like, oh, is the implication there that... And yes, that's exactly what the implication was. But yeah, his best gag wasn't even in this episode.
The secret sauce is semen. Animal semen.
That's
so gross. I didn't. Where did you spot that? How did you remember that?
Because it was just, you know, when you spot something in a trailer or in a show and you're just like, why did they focus on that? That has to be a thing. It was like, I don't remember if I said it during the record, but the Buster Beaver pizza place ad in the VOT 7 on 7.
Yeah.
Compared to all the rest of the ads was so random because all the rest of them were tied into VOT.
Yeah,
and I was like, why is that one not tied into VOT unless it's going to be something to do with season 3? And lo and behold, a couple of weeks later, Kripke said, Buster Beaver, something's going to happen in season 3 that's important in Buster Beavers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that just, when I saw that guy in the Diabolical ad behind the counter looking like he's got a cum face on when he was squirting ranch dressing, I was like, what's going on there? And I got my answer.
I'm just amazed you remembered.
Oh, I know, you know me in detail. I'm terrible for picking up small details.
Small details.
Big details in general. But yeah, back to the character list, which has taken quite a while. Then you had boob face, self-explanatory. Flashback, self-explanatory.
Flashback was kind of fun.
Flashback's best gag was when they go to Boob Face's mom's house.
Oh yeah.
And she's all
They're like,
sweet.
The bitch must die.
Yeah,
and she's like knitting puppies together.
And Flashback shows us some really horrible shit. And then you had Papers, who just was shit. And Ghost.
Yeah.
Who was just heartbreaking.
Yeah, no, it was I liked the story. I liked the idea behind it. I just felt that it was executed poorly.
Yeah, because you had the tie-in. This isn't one of the canon episodes, but you did have a tie-in to the show with the whole thing that sparks off their crusade.
Is the V reveal.
Is the reveal, the V reveal that their parents did it to them. But yeah, other than that, there wasn't a huge amount of gags that I really pissed myself laughing at. I liked narrator.
Yes.
When he's narrating the bit about when the nurse is wheeling him away. I loved Kingdom's Shaq transformation when he killed his parents. That was just hilarious though. Flopping around the bedroom. That was hilarious. But yeah, other than that, a lot of the gags didn't land for me in this one.
Again, I think it's just we're not fans of that writing style.
Yeah, and the gags that did land were visual gags rather than written gags.
So it wasn't, I think because it was very much in the Rick and Morty style, it was never going to kind of really do it for us. Bonus
points for Eugene Merman.
Oh, yes.
I'm always happy to hear Gene.
And Christian Slater.
Yeah, extra bonus points for Christian Slater.
Yeah, Christian Slater and Eugene Merman. But the thing is, for me, is I'm so used to Eugene Merman being Gene that I was like, why is Gene playing dress up? What has he done now?
And obviously we get a little Homelander pop in at the end of the episode where he slaughters them all.
I was watching that going, she's a ghost. What is he doing? I know he's there to try and kill everybody. Also slow-mo, stabbing the dad through the cheek.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking dark.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking dark.
That was funny.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying that was funny. Dark is funny.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. But overall, I felt like they could have done something else with it. Either had fewer characters or just...
Yeah, if they'd cut out a couple of the characters...
A complete rampage through the city would have been hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, you could have cut out, literally half of the characters that go on the rampage and still made it very funny.
Because I really just felt like, well, Boobface kind of was funny in the end, just with the story of the parents.
Yeah.
But that could have been done with another character.
That could easily have been done, yeah.
The same with... Oh, who was it?
Like Fang and Big.
Yeah.
And a lot of them could have been cut out. More Kingdom, more Ghost, definitely.
Yeah, more narrator, because I want to know when narrator started narrating. I want just a whole one of him, of this is my life, well, this was my life kind of thing.
And if it's a superpower, can he
tune into other people's stories?
Well, yeah, that's it. Can he narrate things that he can't actually see, and is that why it's a superpower, or is he just an asshole who literally talks out loud about everything that's happening around him? Because that's not a superpower, that's a compulsion.
Yeah.
Or an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, I want more of narrator, please.
But again, that's Christian Slater. And the narrator's ending was quite good. Yeah. Scooping off his father's face and looking in the mirror.
Putting it on his own. Was great of him. I was like, damn.
But yeah, no, again, a couple of good gags.
Yeah. Wouldn't be my favourite. It was a bit meh.
Yeah, wouldn't be my favourite, but wouldn't be my least favourite either.
No.
But from my neither least favourite to my... No, hang on, what am I trying to say here? From a mech kind of episode to I think what's my absolute favourite episode of Diabolical in I'm Your Pusher.
Oh, yeah.
That is just I loved it.
It's a straight story out of the comic books. It's an aside done in the same animation style the comics are drawn in. It's everything.
Yeah, so this
it's Frenchie being an insane lunatic.
Doesn't make an appearance.
We get comic book Huey.
Yeah.
Butcher
hold on your gushing for a second, because
Okay.
the reason that I think that this episode is so brilliant is because it was written by Garth Ennis.
Yeah.
And directed by Giancarlo Volpe. I hope I pronounced that right, because he did a fantastic job on this episode, and I think he also directed my other favourite episode of the series. Continue gushing.
Oh, okay. Jason Isaacs as Butcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're alright there. Do you need a minute alone with the thought of Jason Isaacs?
Yeah, I just go doing gushing of my own, sorry.
Yes. Obviously, we've got...
Comics accurate Huey.
Yeah.
With Simon Pegg.
Yes.
Although the accent was a bit dodgy, or was that just me?
No, well, he's also that bit older now.
I didn't mind that he sounded older. Okay, yeah, Huey sounded younger in my head when I was reading the comics.
Yeah.
But Simon Pegg can do a better Scottish accent than that.
I know that. And I don't know. I don't know
what happened there.
Great White Wonder was hilarious. Your man who's the actual drug pusher.
Yeah.
The montage of Soups doing drugs. And like it's really funny because it all sounds like normal drugs that they're into, but they're all cut and like
they're
really
all tweaked in certain
fucked
ways.
up ways.
Yeah, this had fucking everything. This
was all like really close to the Hero-gasm in the comics when they go. There's also the bit in the comics where they go to the nightclub and they're doing all the weird fucked up shit as well. The only thing that they're missing is cutting the drugs with V.
Do you know what this was for me? You know when you go see a band you love?
Yeah.
And they haven't released anything in years.
And they play something new.
And then they release a new album and it's actually really fucking banging. And then you go to see them and they play a mix of the old hits and the new hits and they play it just right so that it's perfect. That's what this is in animated form. It has everything that I love from the comics. It has just enough new elements, new characters, and it's just, I fucking loved it.
This is everything I want to happen when we go to see Tool in May.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you described there, of the mix of old and new and the hits and just doing things that makes your brain happy.
Oh, yeah. Like,
this did that for me. This just made my brain really happy.
Comics-wise, there's been no new boys content for years until Dear Becky came out. And I read Dear Becky not too long ago. And while I did enjoy it, it didn't feel that boy... It didn't do the same thing to me that the boys
I felt it
comics...
was unnecessary.
I don't want to get too heavy into the comic itself, but it definitely didn't do the same thing for me that reading the boys comics did.
It felt a bit cash grabby, to be honest.
I don't even mind him revisiting it, and I can see why he did it, and I'm glad we have it. But it didn't do for me what reading the comics did.
No.
Watching this 10-minute short did for me what reading the comics did. It was just
The other thing that I really, really liked about it is I love the little asides that you get in the comic book series. Like, I was hoping that one of these shorts would be Frenchie's story about the baguette.
The baguette jousting.
Jousting. I really wanted that story to be in this.
Yeah.
But this did kind of the same thing for me. It gave like just a kind of a day in the life glimpse of what they've been doing in the background.
Yeah, and you get the dirty little stories from Butcher about what the various Soups are getting up to when he's blackmailing OD. Yeah. He talks about Ironclad and the drinking kids' blood.
Yeah.
And what the various people in the Seven like, which was a nice touch.
Yeah, we got kind of comic book accurate Maeve, who's a bit of a train wreck.
Yeah, and I was delighted that Dominique McElligott got to do a comics accurate Maeve.
Yeah. That whole cop out at the end where it's like, look in the sky. No, it's look in the shadow of the sun. So
no, hidden in the light of the sun. Oh. It's a Kroll war satellite.
Yeah, I think I see it.
That was, quick thinking wonder tits then. Isn't that it? Or no, quiet wonder tits is what Homelander says. I think as they're flying off. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We got a couple of new characters, but then we got to see comics accurate Maeve and like a comics accurate Homelander.
Yeah, because comics accurate
Jack from Jupiter.
Yeah, comics Homelander would totally do coke cut with human adrenaline.
And I do like how Anthony Starr, I feel he did try and put a different voice, a different spin on it for the 2 times he animated
This was like an older, harder... This is very similar to like season 1 Homelander that was like extremely arrogant.
But when he's giving his speech at the start introducing the Great White Wonder and inducting him to the Hall of Fame, it's almost like a speech Superman would have given in the animated JLA.
Yeah, it's very polished. It's very like the persona's there, and then you've got the
bitterness then underneath it when he's talking to the other two.
Yeah.
And no, but there was just enough different from the show Homelander.
Yeah, he actually, every
Homelander
that he voiced in this is slightly different and suits either the time period of the character
or what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that he didn't just walk in and go, do you know what, I'm just going to use my voice.
Yeah.
he did try it. And especially considering the company that he was among with the likes of John DiMaggio and everybody on it. Like, you know me and my love for John DiMaggio.
Yes.
But also, Jason Isaacs as Butcher was fantastic.
I liked Butcher. I know a lot of people are quite annoyed by it just because it wasn't Karl Urban.
No.
I liked Butcher. It just, it does something for me.
And because Karl Urban's Butcher is his own entity.
Yeah.
Especially now after 2 seasons, and he is separate from the comics. It was nice to give it to somebody else if we're going to get a comics Butcher. Yeah,
because he is supposed to be kind of... where is he from, the East End?
I don't know that we ever get exactly where he's from, but he is full on Cockney.
Yeah.
And you get that with Jason Isaacs.
Which would be East End. No, so it's nice to get the accent back and not the crazy Hawaiian shirts. Although they dropped that after the first season and I did enjoy them.
Yeah. There's a couple of great lines.
Also terror.
And terror.
Yeah.
Well, we get a little bit of terror at the start of every episode.
Yeah, but this one actually has terror in the way that terror is used in the comic books, with him looking out the peephole and terror sitting there.
Yeah.
You're always going to open, you're going to go, there's a dog, you're going to open the door because there's a puppy just sitting there looking at you.
Yeah, and terror is always present when anytime Butcher is there, unless he thinks terror is going to be in danger. And what he considers danger for terror is like...
terror gets...
immediate threat of death for everybody else. Yeah, terror goes everywhere.
Good news, everyone. Terror is going to safety.
But, I love the line when he's threatening OD about, that he'll call the DEA and he'll get him sent to prison, where huge, horrible men will use you as a condom to make huge, horrible love. Fucking brilliant threat. And again... something that you would have gotten straight out of the comics.
It's a brilliant line. It's a horrific image.
Yeah, but that's what makes it so good and so Billy Butcher. I can't praise this episode enough. There's so many funny lines in it as well. Even though it's not a particularly funny episode, there are so many funny bits.
I mean, he says jings.
Yeah, we get jings. When Great White Wonder is taking his heroin enema and slaps the bag. And the addition, of Homelander taking his coke with human adrenaline was a nice little touch. There were so many nice little touches in this.
I just like the whole, from the moment Great White Wonder arrives and you can see that there's something very, very wrong with him.
Yeah, Homelander can sense the heartbeat.
And he's sweating and you're just waiting. I was there going, is he going to just explode? Like, what the fuck has Frenchie done to him? Because we know that Frenchie is inventive.
Yep.
And it's just that anticipation of what's going to happen.
And you can tell as well, it's building in the 3 of the 7 characters, 3 from the 7 watching, because Maeve's talking about what speed he's going.
Yeah.
And you can tell they're getting a little bit nervous, like, why? We know he can go fast, but why is he going this fast? Yeah,
they know there's something wrong.
Line of, do we step in or do we wait and see what happens? And when we see what happens, it's fucking fantastic. But
it's that anticipation of what's going to happen? Is he going to explode? Like, is it going to be gross? Like, how? Like, is he just... What?
And again, that there are moments like that in the comic where things are just building and you're like, oh shit, this is heading to a ridiculous crescendo, but I don't know which way it's going to go. And he explodes through Ironclad, who's supposed to be basically a colossus. So he's going so fast, he goes through...
Iron? Well, yeah.
In this case,
he doesn't survive it because he's like well mangled after that.
In this case, the unstoppable force smashes through the immovable object.
Yeah.
So the immovable object wasn't moved.
No, just had a hole punch clean through it.
Yep. But they both kind of deserved it because one drank kid's blood and the other took 2 girls up into space to fuck them and then left them there.
Yeah.
That's what...
I know, but I was just also thinking about the logistics of it there, and I was just like, corpsicle?
Yeah, basically, they're corpsicles. Well, Butcher says that. He says, they had no way to get them there.
Yeah, man, soups. And especially the soups in the Garth Ennis The ones that he does that too in the comic book series.
Oh, they're always the particularly depraved ones.
Yeah.
And that's what we got in this.
Yeah.
We hear a couple of stories
about
what other soups get up to.
The ones that are really fucked up are really fucked up.
Yeah, because not only does Ironclad drink kids' blood, but
they're abused kids because it tastes better.
Yeah, and the reason he drinks it is because it's the only thing that gives him an erection anymore.
Yes.
So yeah, this guy deserves it. Anything else about this episode that we haven't gushed over yet?
No.
It's definitely the boysiest boys that ever boyed.
It's one of my preferred animation styles.
Yeah.
It's a style that I very much enjoy, so that assisted.
Yeah, no, the animation
enjoyment
style
of it. Yeah,
and it was like the comics. It was very reminiscent of Derek Robertson's style.
Yeah, no, but that because that's a style that I enjoy and I'm familiar with. I'm almost able to enjoy it more because I'm not getting distracted by things looking weird.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like in some of the other episodes, it's an animation style that we really wouldn't watch. So it can be
really, really distracting.
Yeah, you can't focus on actually what's happening because you're focused on the animation itself and why did they do it that way?
Yeah, trying to work out what's going on.
Yeah, but again, it was beautiful animation. I'm not trying to say it was simple or anything like that.
No, it's just a style that I'm very familiar with and enjoy consuming content in.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so that, I think, 11 out of 10.
It was the boysiest episode.
Yeah, it was the boysiest.
In terms of comic book boys, it was the boysiest episode.
The boysiest boys that ever boyed for me.
If it had been the Frenchie Baguette duel, I'd do a whole episode talking about it because I love that fucking story.
Yeah.
But hopefully, when they do another lot, they might throw it in.
Oh yeah, if we get more Diabolical, I'd be delighted. I want seasons and seasons of this. Give me an entire animated series.
Yeah, because you can you have a mine of material there.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't even have to, this one is obviously set before the endings of the comics because the ending of the comics is very definitive.
Yeah.
But if you're to do a full animated series, you don't necessarily have to do that. Just whoever was involved in this, just make them do a full fucking series. Everybody, just get them on it now. But for the last episode of the day, we have Boyd in 3D from writers Elliot and Alana Glazer and director, I'm really sorry. The director of this episode was Naz Godrati Azadi. And I'm really sorry because I know I mispronounced that because there's no way I could possibly have pronounced that right on the first try.
No.
But yeah, this is the V face cream episode. I wasn't overly fond of this one.
I like the idea of it, and I liked that it's very reminiscent to me of the tax rebate episode of Futurama.
The face cream.
But the professor buys the $300 worth of stem cells and then slathers them on his face.
Yeah.
It was a bit like that. It had like a really weird social media take on Project Blind Boy, the Clive Barker short story. I just had like a really kind of weird overtone of that over it.
There were bits in it that I definitely did like. There was a couple of nice Easter eggs and stuff like that. The translucent filter.
Oh my god, the translucent filter was everything.
That cracked me up quite a bit actually. I like that one. I like the idea of other applications for V products as opposed to just straight superpowers. But overall, I just felt like the writer or the director or whoever felt like they were trying to say something super deep about social media and how negative it is, but really nothing was that deep about it at all to me.
No, that was
the vibe I got.
First watch through, it was like, oh my god, social media has destroyed their lives, yada yada yada. But when on the second watch through, you realise that everything they've been doing, all of their interactions start with he's basically insta stalking her.
Yeah.
Like to the point where he retains her mail until he's attractive to approach her.
Or until he's got initially confidence, but then when he's attractive.
Yeah, where what he perceives to be attractive enough to approach her.
Yeah.
Like she's already insecure as well about herself. And using heavy filters and things like that. Mm-hmm. And finds this stuff that validates what she thinks is her self-worth. So the whole thing is set up to fail from the start.
Yeah.
So when you realise that they've both, it's a relationship built on lies and mistrust and weird social media stalking. It's never going to get there.
by no means.
And they invite the attention in themselves too.
Oh yeah.
So it's their own fault.
Yeah, I'm not trying to blame social media. I just feel like I just get the vibe off things sometimes that they think they're a lot deeper than they actually are.
Yeah.
And that's a bit of the vibe I got off this. But there were still, as I say, there were some still things in it that I did really find enjoyable.
Why was she a cat?
Yeah, well, furries in real life. But there was one thing that I know you had a big problem with.
What?
Well, one of the things that I liked was the fact that we got Ashley.
Oh, what? Who the fuck dressed her?
There it is.
Who put her in a plain...
Well, who animated her in?
In a plain drab brown suit with a fucking barrette in her hair.
This is one of the non-canon episodes, and it's supposed to be like multiversey or whatever, so maybe in that universe, Ashley doesn't have any fashion sense.
But The Office was still exactly the same.
Yeah, I noticed that actually. The Office was animated the same, and in one of the later episodes, the Vought Tower is animated almost exactly as it is in the show.
Yeah, well, even in Baby's Day Out, the tower still has the 7 on it, because it's done like a Powerpuff Girls background.
Yeah.
Is that like matte painting background?
Yeah, there is a few... there's a few times that the Vought building shows up, and it's often animated in the style of the episode. I don't know how I feel about the ending, the kind of fake out ending of it.
I first time I watched it, I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, it's done well. Like his head exploding is hilarious.
No, just the initial cut to him.
Oh, and the face being half melted and disgusting looking.
Yeah. And then the head popping and your man taking the photo. Yeah,
Vic going, how much V did you use? Maybe too much? Yeah. And then he just says nothing and just takes out his camera or takes out his phone.
That I actually enjoyed, but all this stuff in the middle I didn't like.
Yeah, it was like it started strong and it ended strong, and the bit in the middle was a bit meh.
Yeah.
So for the first 4 episodes, we kind of 2 we quite liked.
Yeah.
And 2 we were a bit meh on.
Yeah, like they weren't bad. They just
no, they just
for me.
Yeah, by no means were they terrible, and I'd rather have them than not have them, definitely. But the highs in Diabolical are so fucking high for me and so good.
Yeah.
That it nearly probably makes these episodes seem worse by contrast, especially after anything that had to follow I'm Your Pusher.
Yeah.
Was never going to be as good as I'm Your Pusher for me. No matter what.
They are spaced quite well as well, I will say that, because I've watched other things, Love and Robots, Love, Sex and Robots, or Love, Death and Robots.
Yeah, and the best episodes are top heavy in that. They're at the start and it's all downhill from there then.
Whereas then when you look at things like The Animatrix, everybody remembers that one with the time bubble with the cement mixer going around or whatever, and then the kids are playing in it. You don't remember anything else.
Yeah, it's definitely spaced out nicely. When you take it as a whole, it's, if you binge watch it, it's not completely jarring in terms of the switches between animation styles. Yeah. And equally, they switch between action-oriented episodes, lighthearted episodes, and funny episodes quite well. Yeah. And obviously, some are going to be better than others, especially when you're using so many different animation styles. Not everything is going to hit in the same way that it does for everybody. But overall, definitely enjoyed it. And I'm Your Pusher, absolutely loved. Yes. Laser Baby's Day Out, pretty much quite highly regarded as well. And the other 2, meh, had a few fun bits, but nothing amazing for me.
Yeah, no.
For me.
Yeah, the majority of my problem with the second episode, the kids who want to kill their parents, is the fact that it's just written very much in a style I don't enjoy. But apart from that, and if you like that style and if you're a fan of Rick and Morty, you'll probably love that episode. I'm just not.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, that's kind of... My takeaway from it is always going to be coloured by the fact that I don't personally enjoy that writing
style, and I meant because I wasn't too hot.
Just as I just didn't want to shit on it because I know that for me it's a very, very personal thing that I don't like.
Yeah, and for me that's kind of how I feel about Boyd in 3D. I just didn't really like how it was written, and I recognised the names. Yeah. But if I wouldn't be surprised if I looked up other things they did and went, oh, do you know what? That's not really my style either.
The one thing I will say about Boyd in 3D is I actually really enjoyed the animation style in it.
Yes.
It had a real...
Really like that, actually.
I was trying to find it. There was a short that was done by either Disney or Pixar about a French cyclist training for the Tour de France.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
And it was in that very similar style to that. And the likes of Madeline was in that very similar kind of pencil and soft, pastel crayon animation style. And I really, really enjoy that. I just didn't find the story that engaging.
Yeah, no, but it was the story for me that
visually,
let it down.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really beautiful. It was a really nice, because it was such a soft, muted palette used throughout it. Yeah. It was a really nice juxtaposition to the likes of Baby's Day Out, which was really bright and bold and cartoony. And then the other 2 were done in their own kind of modern adult animation style and palette.
An animated short where Pissed Off Soup killed their parents was very much in the Rick and Morty animation style.
Yeah.
I'm Your Pusher, as we said, was more the style of the comics, and then this.
And the palettes all go with that, whereas this was nice because it was softer.
But yeah, for the first half, still really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Looking forward to reviewing the next half next week.
Yes.
And if you were unaware, in the meantime, in between season 2 and 3 of The Boys, we have been doing a few movie reviews of some of our favourite movies over on MonoRants at the Movies. And you can...
don't be mistaken, we do shit all over them. But it's done with love.
Oh yeah, we love the movies, but we shit on them a lot. But hey, look, if you like what we do, you can check that out too. And if you want to send us some rants of your own, you can follow us on Twitter at rantsmono. You can follow us on Instagram now at monorants_the_boys, or you can send in your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. And we'll be back next week with Diabolical Part 2. Bye bye.
Hello.
We are Science Fiction Remnant.
This is the Funny Science Fiction Podcast.
We are the Caribbean Science Fiction Network.
We are MonoRants.
We are One Accord Level 2 Podcast.
This is Sci-Fi.